Good day everyone. So this is Marian Caberti again, and my second topic is about the four-pronged approach. So the four-pronged approach, this approach has evolved through the years with a consistent use by the teachers of the University of the Philippines Integrated School Kindergarten to Grade 2 and with the input of the other members of the faculty of the reading education area of the same university. So the philosophical foundations of the four-pronged approach are literature-based, holistic, places emphasis on the process of transfer. So let's talk about the four-pronged approach, and it is composed of four parts. The first one is the genuine love for reading. The second is critical thinking. The third is mastery of the structures of the Philippine or English language. And the last one is the transfer stage. So the first prong approach is genuine love for reading. So the first prong aims to immerse the child in literature and develop a deep and lasting love for reading. So finding a good and interesting story or poem is the first step in this prong. So, as a teacher, we will prepare questions para makawonder o makahunahuna ang mga bata about sa story nga gibasa. Then, later on, share their knowledge and experiences and feelings, and by that, makuha na ito ilang attention and interest sa reading. Kaya ang goal diri sa first prong kay ma-engage ang mga bata sa reading and make it as their habit kay through reading, daghan makatunan ang mga bata, especially sa mga stories or poems nga ilang basahon. And the second prong approach is the critical thinking. So, after story or poetry reading, the children are asked to answer the motive question. So, a discussion then unfolds the events and beauty of the selection. This discussion should succeed in imparting the message of the story. So, the children arrive at this on their own pace of realization, guided by the questions of the teacher. The teacher are trained to reflect on the story, so they soon become accustomed to critical thinking, which is the second prong. So, mauna to, after reading the story, di man dyan na mawala ang mga questions. So, children are asked to answer questions, din ara nila magamit ilang critical thinking. So, dili lang pod sa questions magamit sa mga bata ilang critical thinking, kundi hastasad sa mga activities or exercises nga ihatag sa mga teacher para ma-interpret nila ang story on their own understanding. And di man dyan na mawa ang mga activities nga ihatag sa mga bata, kay that is one way para ma-exercise sa ilang mga utok and naa sila'y gana throughout the day. So, critical thinking dyan makagana sa mga kids. No? So, important kay siya. Third prong approach is the mastery of the structures of the Filipino or English language. So, through this method of sharing literature, vocabulary is developed, attention span is lengthened, listening comprehension is honed, and critical thinking applied daily becomes a habit. So, literature DI is an excellent source of examples of a good language. And ma-adapt sa child ang language nga ilang napaminawan or nabasa and then use it on their own conversation in and out of school. So, maobito na maka-observe tas mga bata nga si paminaw mga nursery rhymes kay may bong na lang ta ilang itabi or ikanta ang kana ilang napaminawan kay kasagaran man jud sa mga nursery rhymes kay mga song. So, mo na ilang hilig, mo na ilang gusto sad niya, mo na maka-uptick sad nila and mo to pila ka daw na makay may bong na lang pangailan ng sunon and kabaw na sila sa mga tuno. So, mao na siya. So, the last prong approach is the transfer stage. So, in the course of time, children who have become used to listening to stories will want to read on their own. So, opening a book and pretending to read are just some of the symptoms that tell that a child is ready for beginning reading instruction or the transfer stage. So, this prong is also planned and implemented as systematically as the three prongs. So, this is the prong where reading activities are given to pupils. So, the fuller approach is used as a guide for the sequence of teaching the phonemes. So, in Filipino, the Morongko approach provides the structure. So, the Marangko approach, by the way, provides the structures. So, it means it helps to improve reading skills using Filipino alphabet. So, moto ang 4-pronged approach. So, we have here the table below represents a matrix of the 4 prongs, the goals for each one, and the materials to be used in each of the prongs. So, sa prong, nadiri ang 4 ka prong. So, first is the genuine love for reading or GLR. So, ang iyang goal kay develop a lifetime love, habit, and enjoyment for reading. So, ang possible materials or ang materials used will be storybooks, poems, trade books, or songs. So, the second is the critical thinking or CT. So, its goal is to develop the habit of reflecting on what is read and exercising decision-making or making judgments and valuing. So, materials used will be same story and post-reading activities that engage children. The third one is the mastery of the structures of the Filipino or English language, MSF or EL or grammar and oral language development. So, its goal is to develop competence in oral language, understanding, and correct use of syntax. So, its material is still based on the story, objects, pictures, charts to facilitate application of structures learned. And the last prong is the transfer stage or TS. So, its goal is to develop phonemic awareness, decoding, and encoding skills. So, materials used will be worksheets, writing tablets, charts, and other materials of appropriate level. So, mao na siya. Look at the table, guys. So, the 4 prongs flow into each other smoothly and without fanfare introductions. All but one prong emanates from the story. So, genuine love for reading, critical thinking, and mastery of the Filipino or English language are all based on the poem or story read. So, when the transfer stage commences, the children switch to the lesson they left off the day before and move on from there as guided by the teacher. So, that is the 4-prong approach, guys. Thank you.